Mr. Colum Eastwood.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. If I could just briefly beg your indulgence, an issue has come to light in the last couple of hours, which is that a number of community safety wardens from my own city who work tirelessly in the community have been threatened. Their lives have been threatened by so-called dissident Republicans in our city, and they've all had to go home from their work today. I just wanted to make the point, Mr. Speaker, that the people who've done that threatening have nothing to contribute to our community, and they stand in stark difference to the community safety wardens who work tirelessly every single night for our communities. And I thank you for the opportunity to make that point. This is a rare occurrence in this House. I've been here for 3.5 years, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and it seems that compromise has kind of broken out. It's sort of strange and hard to get used to, but I think it's a good thing. I'm not sure what the Nolan show we're going to do with it tomorrow, but I think it's a good thing that we're finally at the point where we can see this legislation passed. I think it's important for all those young people in our community who will be progressing through school that we can finally get this piece of work done. I just want to echo the words of the chairperson of the committee in terms of Sean Rogers, who isn't able to be here, just in the work that he has done on this committee. I said it in the earlier group, and I just want to repeat that. Our view in this is imperfect again, but it is. We are at a situation where we can find a level of agreement that maybe wouldn't have been imagined a while ago. We would like Mr. Hazard, we'd far prefer to see the opportunity around the community representation, so that people from early years, for example, people from representing organisations who represent young people who are not in education, maybe young offenders or whatever. We would like to have seen that included in the bill. But we're at a situation where we have, I think, finally, and we're glad to see, and I know that the SDLP had an amendment in the previous stage of this bill. We're glad now that we can have people representing the Irish medium sector and the integrated sector as well. Our position around Amendment 11 was that we would have been happy to accept it if people across the House were happy to accept Amendments 9 and 10. I'm glad to see that we've got to that position, that there now is and will be, I think, greater balance given to that representation on the board. I think that's a good thing. Again, this is a bill, like anything that's a compromise, that we don't agree with 100%. That's imperfect, but I think it's good that we're finally gotten here. So we have probably the most balanced board that we can probably expect to have, and we're glad to see it, Mr. Deputy Speaker. And again, when you expect to stand up here and have a whole row with people and it doesn't happen, it kind of takes the wind out of your sails. But I'm very glad that we're now at this position, and I'm glad to support the amendments I've talked about. Thank you.
Call Mr.